Hello YouTube people. I wanted to do a quick video because I was talking to Daniel and it got me thinking about things, and once I start thinking I can't stop thinking. um, yeah, I was just thinking of okay, I don't want to slag Daniel off on this video because I know he watches them. Well, not just that, but it's not very nice anyways. But at the same time, I have a lot of unresolved thoughts, a lot of unresolved emotions, a lot of unresolved vexes, strifes, whatever you want to call it, annoyances. Um, See, when I think of him, I think of all the times he kept leaving. Um, in Redditch, for instance, he kept leaving, or when I was on Hanby Road, he kept leaving. And I was thinking to myself, I think the reason that me and him got together was a sort of neurotic kind of relationship in a way. I know that sounds really wrong, but I think bad mental health brought us both together. I think I was neurotic at the time, and I can admit that. I think I was because I was really stressed out with everything. And then I think he was stressed out because obviously his niece and nephew had been taken away from his sister. So I can understand why he was stressed out as well. And I think that's what brought me and him together. But I just can't stop thinking why he kept leaving me all the time. I just can't stop thinking about it. I mean, I know he didn't. Well, I don't know, but I don't. Mm, I think the thing that used to keep going through my head was, if he loved me, why did he keep leaving all the time? Um, yeah. I know he was going to you and Rachel's, and I've heard that she said that he was with them the whole time. I remember her saying that to me at the time. But it's still a bit weird, isn't it? Why a person keeps leaving during a relationship. Most of the time, I don't think the problem was to do with us. I think the problem was to do with Lee. I think I think Lee was stressed, and then we got stressed, and then Daniel would leave. But the thing is, I continued feeling all the pressure, if you know what I mean, because obviously I was trying to help Lee with his anxieties in Redditch, for instance. And even when he was in Melbourne, I was trying to help because he stayed with me quite a lot, Lee did, and I was trying to help him with his anxieties. And oh, that washing machine's noisy. And I think that was what the issue was. Uh, yeah. I think that was the main issue, you say. I think, oh, I was going to sit down. I can't sit down, can I, with that box? So. Don't look at this room, it has got everything in it. But, I think that's the issue, to be honest. Yeah, in fact, I'm not sure that. Yeah. Um, yeah, I think that was the issue. I felt very isolated, very depressed, and I think that led to a kind of resentment on my part towards him, which maybe he picked up on, but it was only because I didn't have an opportunity to say how I was feeling at the time. Many times I felt angry that he just left. I mean, friends is fine. I mean, I'm not saying people shouldn't have friends in relationships. That's absolutely fine. But I think because my mental health was quite bad, I think I had a constant train of thoughts going through my mind. Why he would leave for? Why I couldn't? I suppose it would have helped in some ways if I had had someone I could have ran off to, like a friend, for instance, and then he could have maybe have had, and then maybe he could have had a taste of how I felt. Um, I'm not talking about cheating. I'm talking about friends. Because we're talking about friends here. Let's get this right. I don't think Daniel cheated on me during the relationship. I just think that because I came straight out of I came as soon as I met Daniel. I came straight out of about a month or two after being with Daniel. I came straight out of a relationship where I was being cheated on constantly, over and over and over and over again. So the whole time I was with Daniel, I was thinking that something was going to go wrong. The whole time, every minute of the day, it was going through my head. He was going to leave me. He was going to walk out. He was going to go. Something was going to go wrong. And obviously, it did quite a number of times because he kept leaving. I don't know whether he picked up on that train of thought or my concerns or my worries, but neither of us talked about it. We both sort of bottled our feelings up, and it just didn't work because I didn't say how I felt, and maybe he didn't say how he felt. So that was it really. I just there were just so many nights when I felt resentment towards him because I couldn't talk to him about how I felt and how anxious I felt, how depressed I felt. Or it still goes through my head even now, even though I've been separated from him for about 2 months or whatever, 2-3 months. It's still going through my head. Still going through my head now, you know, all them times I felt like I wasn't loved, I wasn't needed. Of course, it didn't help. I went straight from a bad relationship into. It could have been a good relationship with Dan. It was just my mental health was sort of weighing the relationship down, and I think his was a bit to begin with because he had quite a stressful life in London from what he told me. What with his, I don't want to go into it because it's not fair. It's not fair for me to comment. I quite like his family. They've done nothing wrong with me. They've done nothing wrong to me. I think his dad's nice. I think his sister's nice. I've got no problems with any of them. It's just I think that when I met Daniel, he was quite stressed. I think as well he was stressed about his sexuality. I think a bit as well, because he'd been with women previously, and I think I was the main solid relationship he'd had. In fact, the only solid relationship he'd had, I think, because he said he'd had relationships before, but they've only lasted a year. But anyway, yeah, so that's how I felt. Look at the time's going really fast. That's how I felt, and I'm saying it on YouTube because, I don't know, it's a way of offloading it, I suppose. I'm sure he knows. I'm sure he knows by now. He watches my videos. I'm sure he knows what happened during the relationship. He even says to me recently, where's that gone? There it is. He even says to me recently, why didn't I say during the relationship? I think I did tell him a few times that I was. I think I told him quite a few times I was worried that he was going to leave me. But I think he just sort of. I don't think he knew how deep. I mean, quite a few people have that thought during relationships, but I don't think he knew how deeply the worry was in me. It was a very deep concern, a very deep worry that would go through my mind all the time. It wasn't just like a passing thought that someone has, like, I don't know, occasionally or something. I mean, I'm sure in most relationships people have a passing thought, like occasionally or whatever, or very occasionally. But for me, it was a constant thought. It was a constant concern. This is why relationships, I think, the more I think about relationships, the more I think I need to keep clear of them, or at least clingy relationships, like where Like, for instance, where the person moves in more or less as soon as you meet them. Like, my last 2 relationships have been where the person's moved in more or less as soon as I met them. For instance, Daniel, he had a week with me in the May of 2017, or no, the April, was it? April or May of 2017, and then no, 8 May. Yeah, it was May, and then I can't remember. I think it was either a week or weekend. It might have been a week, and then he moved up here officially in the June. He moved in with me in the June. Yeah. And as I say, it's been like see, the problem is I bottle my feelings up, my emotions and my anxieties. I don't say what I'm feeling. And at the other end you've got Daniel, who would prefer to socialise with his mates rather than listen to how I feel. So it would never really work out. As soon as he had found mates up here in Droitwich, he didn't really seem to. It felt to me like I took second place, and I would have liked to have gone with him many times. I think I even says to him in Redditch, I think I says, "Oh, can I come with you to you and Rachel's?" And he was like, "No, there's no room. There's only room for him. They've only said that he can go." So I felt pushed out for a long, long time. I felt very pushed out of the relationship, and I don't know, but I need like some more white sage, and I need to do some more meditation, because negative thinking is not good for this body. Negative thinking is not good for this body. This mind is not good. So I shall like some more white sage and watch the rest of my film. Jaws. Is it Jaws? Yeah, Jaws, the first one. Yeah, it's a very old film. 1975, before I was born. 5 years before I was born. It's a classic film, though. I do like that film, Jaws, the first one. The classic film. Yep, so light some white sage. I've got more white sage here. More white sage. California. Can you see that? Is that upside down? No. Californian white sage, yeah. Which I get from Worcester, because I'll go to Worcester a lot, because I'll go to the gym in Worcester. So I go to Worcester nearly every day, actually. So yeah, that's about it, really. Okay. Peace, love, and blessings, everyone. Peace, love, and blessings. Peace, love, and blessings. Peace, love, and blessings. Peace, love, and blessings.